Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast, the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions in the worlds of TV, film, social media, sports, pop culture, everything really depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis, and on Twitter and social media, you know me as PD Beats. And you will recognize my guest from a show that's kind of taking over the world, so to speak, on Netflix, Outer Banks. He plays JJ. We are with Rudy Pankow. Rudy, welcome to Popternative, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
No problem. And I see you got a little bit of a stash going. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Dude, the quarantine stashes are coming in hard. I mean, everyone wants a beard, but right now a stash is all I can afford.
Absolutely. So we talked about it in the preamble before we started. I mean, has it even been a week since the show's been out?
No, man. Like I said, I just got off the phone with Chase, and we both were like, wait, it's only been a week? It feels like a month, man. It's insane.
And it's just one of those things like, yeah, it hasn't even been a month yet, and the reception has been unbelievable so far. Congratulations on that, man. It must be a crazy week so far, but congrats, man. It's awesome.
Dude, we're all kind of thrown. I mean, the cast and crew, we're all kind of like talking amongst each other, being like, dude, it's a whirlwind out there right now, and what's going on in the world, it's a nice break from it, and it feels good.
Absolutely. So whether, you act, you write, you sing, you're all like storytellers. That's what I kind of call you guys. When did Rudy Pankow decide he wanted to be a storyteller?
It's a good question. I'd say it was right out of high school when I found an acting studio and I fell in love with it instantly. When I really was like, oh, it's about the story. Exactly what you said. It's about telling the story as best as you can, not just for yourself.
Yep.
It isn't about you, and a lot of people get this mixed up about this industry, is that it's a narcissistic industry, and it's very easy to start thinking me, and that doesn't make you a good artist if you start thinking only about yourself. So I'd say, to answer your question, is like I figured out early enough in my becoming an actor, becoming an artist, that it's about storytelling right out of high school, which is really helpful.
No, absolutely. So we look at we look at Outer Banks, and this is a show, that's taking the world by storm. It's incredible. You guys all did an incredible job. You do an amazing job with JJ. What I find very interesting about JJ, Rudy, is this is a character that is very complex and has a lot of different sides. So, for example, he's the comic relief at certain parts of the show, with his one-liners and everything. But then, flip of the switch, and it's the most intense thing ever. You know what I mean? He's a pretty complex guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is a complex guy, and I mean, that's kind of why I fell in love with JJ. Is that he reminded me of everybody in the world. Is that everybody has a little piece of JJ in them, and I think that's why a lot of people like him, because he's so relatable with sometimes you feel like being the comic, and you are the comic, and you are the center of attention, and he likes that. But then, at times you can't keep that up until all of a sudden you break down, and it's just like there's this other raw side to JJ that everybody relates with.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of reasons why the show is hitting stride with a lot of people right now. I think it's popular for many reasons. And I want to know your opinion of why, what element kind of is the big part of the recipe of success. Because I feel like, the story and the characters are amazing. It looks good. The cinematography is unbelievable. I personally love the music. I think you guys hit it out of the park with the songs that are in it. You know what I mean? What do you like specifically? I mean, all of the above, but is what do you kind of noticed?
No, you said it, all the above. Jonas, man, the guy put so much on his shoulders because here's the thing though. What I love about Jonas, the show creator / writer, with his brother, they all are open to opinions. And they were like, hey, send us songs, send us music, send us, even scene ideas sometimes. Even that, they were like, what are you kind of wanting to have? They're so open to their actors and who they trust. I love that. And you said it, the cinematography, Bo Webb, Matt Lyons, and there's so many other camera operators that I can name that were also on the show that did a great job of capturing such a beautiful world. Little reference to Earth Day. I'd say for me, something that I just want to say, because I witnessed it and I was on BTS, was the cast and crew. I mean, this is like my first big job really, and getting on a set where everybody just gels so well. Like everyone, like the crew and cast in particular, I'm talking about. Like, it's not just the cast hanging out with cast; it's crew hanging out with cast, or like literally higher ups, just not having an ego and like talking about things. I mean, it's just, that was such a fun feeling.
What I really like too is there's obviously, the big five, like the big five, the cast members going for this treasure hunt. I really like that. But what I really liked is on Instagram recently, you kind of posted kind of like a shout out to like the whole cast and crew. Like you took like a photo of every single one. And I thought that was really awesome to see because it really showed that you guys are a really big family.
Yeah, no, we really are. We really are that family kind of thing.
No, absolutely. A lot of shows, and I'm sure maybe the quarantine, Rudy, has to do with this a little bit, but a lot of shows, you know what I mean? You see the popularity, you see it kind of like this, you know what I mean? And it goes up. Outer Banks, it just seemed kind of like it was dropped and then like right away, which is insane.
Yeah, it is insane. And like, I think, like you said, the quarantine actually has been helping with the whole entire feeling of like, breathe, it's cool, dude, all right, just relax. And like I mean, I don't want to say it's a good thing whatsoever because I hate the quarantine. Like it's awful, but that's how the world crumbles, right? That's how the cookie crumbles right now. But it's really been helping with me like processing what's happening, how big the show is getting. I just get to like I just get to handle the whole entire social media aspect of it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, set that down. And then everything's kind of, other than that, everything's normal because you can't go out and like attend a premiere or like celebrate, or you can't do any of that right now. All you have is this thing right here in your pocket, and like that's all your proof of what's going on,
No, absolutely.
So like it's really been actually helpful in a weird way that the quarantine's happening.
I've been doing a lot of Instagram lives because my show, I talk to a lot of people from, pop culture, but sports as well. So I've been doing a lot of like Instagram lives with people, and they've been really good during this quarantine. You know what I mean? Like people seem to enjoy them, and we're getting people like tuning in from all around the world, which is really awesome.
Yeah, dude, the cyber world is happy as a bee right now with what's going on.
And our pets too. Like my dog is stoked that everyone's home all the time.
True. All the home domestic animals right now. Maybe that's why Tiger King did so well.
Yeah. No, it is crazy. You know what I find funny is the amount of people kind of asking you guys and asking people about when is like season 2 coming out for Outer Banks. Season 1, it's not even like 2 months old. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
At least someone gets it. It's like, geez, did you think we shot season 2 while we shot season 1? Yeah. Season 2 is, I mean, look, it really feels like it's going to happen, but, it's whether or not this thing that's going on in the world right now can pass. And if that doesn't happen, we don't know whether, or not season 2 is a thing, but we're really hoping so.
I think it's a bit premature to kind of call Outer Banks, like a phenomenon, so to speak. But I feel like it's kind of on the way a little bit, man. I'm just saying, I see it. You know what I mean? I see the people talking about, yourself and Chase and the whole cast and crew, and it's just, it's crazy to see.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's insane, and I really do not know how to process it. Like, there really is no answer to how to do that.
What has been specifically, like, I want to know from your family and friends, what has the reception been like from like your performance of JJ? What are they kind of saying about everything right now? What's that been like?
Yeah, well, I had to break to my parents a little early that JJ's the stoner for sure. Heads up, my character likes to smoke weed a lot, and like they're like, "Oh, where'd you learn to do that?" I'm like, you see it on the movie. No, that's funny. But my family took it so well. I don't know if you saw, but I posted a little thing. My family did a little red carpet of their own up in Alaska because that's where they're from, and it was so cute. They just made a little carpet out of napkins, and they dressed up all nice, and they celebrated the premiere of OBX, and it was really nice to see. So they're handling it great.
That's amazing, man. I spoke to your cast member, your fellow cast member Drew Starkey, who plays Rafe on Outer Banks, and we just started talking about food a little bit. He said the food around where you guys were shooting was amazing. There were some really cool spots, right?
Dude, Charleston. Yeah, there's so many. There's so many. And you know what? I got to be honest on this podcast right now. I did not take advantage of that to the fullest extent. I kind of, I don't want to say exactly all the places where I went because I'm kind of embarrassed to, but I was just in a hurry, okay? But I do, season 2 is a thing, fingers crossed. I'm going to go take advantage of that next season.
I think you mentioned there was Taco Boy, I think, like a taco spot.
Oh, yeah, Taco. I did go there, Taco Boy. I mean, you name it. There were so many places. Taco Boy definitely was, the go-to for the Outer Banks crew.
You've watched. Have you noticed though? Hot sauce in the last couple of years has just been the most trendiest thing, and everyone loves hot sauce all of a sudden, or is it just me?
Oh my God! You do not know how relevant that is. It really is. Hot sauce is. I don't know. For me, it's the new ranch dressing. That was my addiction last year for sure. Now it's hot sauce for sure.
No, it's crazy because there's that show Hot Ones, which is a pretty crazy show.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see the cast of Outer Banks on Hot Ones. You've seen that when they do the chicken wings?
Yeah, dude. Jonathan Davis, the guy that plays Pope, wants us to do it so bad too. And he's like, "That's my mission, man. That's our mission for for our publicists is to get us on Hot Ones."
No, absolutely. Couple more questions before we wrap up. I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Your character. I think one of because I'm actually watching it with my family right now, and one of our favorite moments is when we see the snakes show up, and you think it's a good idea to start pretending like you're a dog and bark.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why we laugh so hard at that. We keep bringing that up. I don't know why.
That was a funny story. So, you know what? To give you it pretty much straight up, I just started doing that on that day. I was like, all right, there's this coming out. How would I react if I was stoned? Because he's smoking during that scene.
Yeah.
I'd probably start barking. And so I started barking, and Jonas didn't cut. He just kept going. And then JD ripped off of me. He's like, why are you barking? He's like, dude, they're afraid of dogs. It was completely improv, and it was put in the cut. So that's the story about that one.
I'm sure you and the cast kind of had an idea of when, of how big this show could have become, because you said it was so natural, and the relationships and the chemistry on set was fantastic, and the showrunners, you mentioned all of that, Rudy. But yeah. I mean, can you have imagined it becoming like this so quickly? And what was kind of that moment where you kind of realized that it was something big? Did you have a call of a manager or anyone where they gave you kind of news about the people watching it? Was there a statistic? When did you kind of realize wow, we have something here?
Yeah, I'd say it was a call from my agent / manager of dude, the last time I saw this happen was you're beating their numbers. And I was like, what? He's just like, yeah, this does not happen. So I was like, oh wow, this is definitely something that's pretty big. Something else that really helped was I quarantined with Chase, Klein, and Elaine for about 2 weeks before the show came out. And we were just chilling, waiting for the show and staying safe inside. And we were actually it just happened that when everything started blowing up, we were together, and that really helped each other just kind of relax of all right, we can calm each other down and just kind of be with each other during this time. So that really helped. But we also noticed when we were 4th on, Netflix top 10 that we're whoa, we have a shot. We have a shot of being number 1 right now. And it's insane. It was an insane feeling.
But I saw Netflix posted the trailers for shows, you know what I mean? I watched the trailers of the shows, you know what I mean? So Outer Banks trailer got released. I watched a trailer of it, you know what I mean? And then I was cool, I'm going to watch this, when it comes out, you know what I mean? And then I just watched it, and then while I'm watching it, it's just exploding, and I'm looking at my social media, and everyone's talking about it, and everyone's saying they have to watch it, and it was literally man, because Netflix promoted it, obviously, you know what I mean? But Netflix has a lot of things to promote, you know what I mean? So for you guys to stand out from the crowd so quick is pretty crazy.
No, it is crazy because I love what Netflix did, but they played their cards right. They kind of kept them we're gonna play this card and then this card, but we're not gonna play our whole entire hand. And then the audience just kind of played all of their cards, and here's Netflix still hanging on to like some more content they still haven't released yet, and I'm hoping that they start doing that pretty soon, because there was definitely stuff like they were gonna pull out, but like we have no idea when they're gonna do it. So
no, amazing. Well, Rudy, thank you so much for joining me on Popternative to talk about Outer Banks, man. I really appreciated it.
hey, dude, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Very quickly, where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date, and why should people watch Outer Banks?
All right. Well, my socials, it's just Rudith on Instagram, and I made a Twitter for JJ out there, and that's Rudy Pank 9. Now, the reason why you should watch Outer Banks is, 1, what else are you going to do right now? 2,
you're in it, right?
2, it's a fun ride. You're going to enjoy just the friends dynamic and the freedom of the show, because that's I think what I was really focusing on as JJ, is just the freedom of telling a story with a group of really close friends, and everybody got that vibe, and it makes you feel close to them. And
amazing. Well, man, thank you so much for doing this, and congrats to you and the cast and crew on the success of Outer Banks so far, man. It's unbelievable to see.
Dude, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Be sure to watch Outer Banks, now streaming on Netflix. And until next time, this is Rudy Pankow, aka JJ, and PD Beats, signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.